Prabhupada say this morning is raining. Wow. Well, I don't see because, I'm an offender, I'm an aparadi, and I don't have the eyes. But Prabhupada said this morning is raining. And you don't see it, but it's raining.
Point taken, Prabhuji. I wanted to know what's the basis for that. I mean to say categorizing the statements of Prabhupada, as you said. What should be the parameter?
You tell me. Okay, who can tell me? What should be the parameter? Yes, Murari Prabhu.
Something is called tattva, philosophy or the principles. So they are the eternal, like we are the servant of Krishna, and then Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. So these are like eternal truths, which are never going to change. Any situation may happen. But there are details, which vary according to time, place and circumstances. So this is a principle of the time, place, circumstances. Like Prabhuji is giving example, this morning is raining, it may not. Or Prabhupada at one place, like in America, he started fund collection through book distribution. He said this is a wonderful way. India he came, but it was not the way. He started differently. But now that may not also work also. That system may not work also. Life member collection. Here he introduced life member. He said through life member you can collect. But now ISKCON is thinking to close life membership, which Prabhupada started, and ISKCON India itself is thinking to close that. Means something may work, but the principle is, yes, we should spread. That is the principle. Continuing, but at one point this discussion was going on, so I'm just giving the example. You also have that.
Discussion. Some temples may not be emphasized, but depends upon the priorities and assumptions you have. Prabhupada started life membership for distributed books.
Okay, you wanted to say something?
We have Guru Sadhu Shastra. So we can always go back to Shastra and cross check. We can also check with previous sadhus, like previous acharyas, what they have said. So Prabhupada making a statement, a general statement on something need not be, need not that we have to say that this has now become an eternal truth. No, it's just like a statement, like Prabhupada is commenting something on the day's issue, that time, situation. And if I just take that statement of Prabhupada and copy it as it is now, then it may not be effective. I have to, time, place and circumstance also has to be put there.
Anything else? Any other parameters? Yes.
I had a statement that if whenever there's any controversy on any of Prabhupada's statements, then the best point of reference is Prabhupada's lectures and Prabhupada's books, Bhaktivedanta purports, because the lectures and others may be according to time, place and circumstances. But the
controversy may be regarding a time, place and circumstance instruction. So this is also, as far as I understand, is also a time, place and circumstance issue. Depends what the controversy is about. Right? Isn't it? Yes, as a general rule, yes, the highest pramana within Srila Prabhupada's works are the books, because he wrote it for, obviously for lasting generations. Letters, many letters have what you call, if it's person of favor, it's spoken to an individual in a particular place, time, and situation, that's there. At the same time, there are certain references that are only in the letter, they're not in the book. Or they're only in a private conversation and not anywhere else. So, I mean, it depends on, I would say, your statement is right, it just needs the elaboration that depends on what controversy are we talking about. I would just say that. Once I heard a definition which I like, that following in the footsteps means acting for the same aim of the person who acted. No, the following in the footsteps. We follow in the footsteps of Hanuman. It doesn't mean like we dress as Hanuman, we go around with mace. No, he was 100% sold out to satisfy Lord Ram. So following the footsteps of Hanuman means that you are 100% sold out to the mission of your master. Doesn't even mean that now we shift, we start worshiping Lord Rama and not Lord Chaitanya. You follow? So, another general answer I will give is that we need common sense. We need intelligence. The main function of the intelligence is discrimination. We need a very sane and healthy and sincere assumptions, mood. In other words, sincerity and purpose. We really want to do the right thing. We are not just trying to legitimize our laziness, legitimize our looseness, laxity. We are not trying to legitimate something which it's wrong. We are not legitimizing an anartha. We want to do the best, and we are trying. And if we are not sure, we can talk. We can talk with other people whom we respect. Say, look, I have these options. I have this dilemma. What should I do? Okay. Let's have a game. You like to have a game? 5 minutes? Okay? I may give prizes or I may not. I still have to make my mind up. So, the game is very simple. There is a certain circumstance. And it's on? Coming? So, the game is to guess what are the next words will come up. No. I'm joking. Okay, see, there was a situation, a GBC brought up a situation to Srila Prabhupada. And the game is to guess what Srila Prabhupada said. Okay? Okay, if you know the particular instance, if you know the episode, don't say, obviously, because you spoiled the game. Okay? So the game is entitled, What Srila Prabhupada Said. Srila Prabhupada received a letter and wrote the local GBC. I've just received one letter from the black devotees in Cleveland who wish to start their own ISKCON center independently of the white devotees there. Okay? Is the context clear? Cleveland, Ohio, North America, United States of America, black devotees, African American devotees wanted to open a temple independently from the white devotees. So, I give you 3 options, and you have to guess what Srila Prabhupada said. What Srila Prabhupada wrote to this GBC, what Srila Prabhupada told him. Choice A. This is nonsense. Our mission is to free the conditioned souls from the bodily concept of life. Choice B. If we accept such proposals, our movement will eventually become spoiled in the future. Choice C. We should not discourage them in any way from opening their own center. Now, you have to make a choice. I will, no questions, no. Srila Prabhupada said one of these 3 things. Okay? You have to vote for 1, 2, or 3. So, think 10 seconds in silence. A, B, or C. Sorry, A, B, or C. No, I'll ask who votes for A and you raise your hand. Who votes for B and you raise your hand. Who votes for C and you raise your hand. Are you ready? No question. It's very simple. I say who votes for A. Who says the Prabhupada said A. Who says the Prabhupada said B. And what says the Prabhupada says C. It's very simple, okay? Sorry, Prabhu. It's just I don't want to complicate. My father used to say, the office for the complication of simple procedures is always open. Okay, so Srila Prabhupada said one of these 3 things to his GBC in a letter to the GBC of Cleveland, he wrote one of these three things. Who votes? You can only have a vote. We have only one vote. Who votes for A? A. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 votes. 8 people said, Prabhupada said A. Who votes for B? Raise your hand if you vote for B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Who votes for C? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so how are we doing with our assumptions here? No, really, I'm not joking, okay? See? It's quite what? They're all same. Yeah, they're a very close vote. 8, 13, 11. Very close. Basically, 1/3 thinks A, thinks that Prabhupada said A. 1/3 thinks Prabhupada said B. And 1/3, roughly, thinks Prabhupada said C. What does it tell you about the, okay, forget about the issue here, okay? Now, back to the context of culture. What does it tell you? I mean, you're serving Srila Prabhupada, you're serving this personality since years, 5, 10, 11, 15 years, 20 years, 25 years, more, right? So, but somehow, and you are all ISKCON leads. No, it's not that some are Sai Baba, some are Arya Samaj. No, they're all ISKCON leads, Western India. So how come you think so differently about your founder Acharya, our founder Acharya? Anyway, think of it. Think of it. You want to see the answer? Yes. You want to say something about this phenomenon that the people think differently? You know the story? No. Okay, so you vote for C. What did you vote for?
That is what he said.
Okay, listen. You want to see the answer? Okay.
All three.
Srila Prabhupada letter to Satswarup, 24th August 1972. I just received one letter from the black devotees in Cleveland who wish to start their own ISKCON center, independently of the white devotees there. In principle, it is alright. Birds of a feather flock together. We should not discourage them in any way from opening their own center. But I want you to go there and see how their things are going on, and that the standard of Krishna consciousness is being maintained on the highest level. It is not that we should remain separate from them, as they are sincere souls, and there is no objection if they want to remain separate from the white people and pursue this Krishna consciousness way of life. But I must be convinced by you that everything is being done properly before I shall be glad to give them the final sanction. As soon as hearing from you in this regard, I shall be glad to give them due initiation and my blessing so that they may continue in their own way. What can you learn from the letter, and what can you learn from the exercise? From the game. Mike, please, here. Thank you.
Based on what we get to hear about Srila Prabhupada and how we interpret his books, through that, what kind of personality of Srila Prabhupada we kind of generate at the back of our mind, has a tremendous influence on our judgment of situations, and we may suitably modify or even misconstrue the founder Acharya's words so that it will justify what we want to do.
I like your analysis. I like your analysis. And yes, in other words, our assumption, even in a very sincere way, maybe, I want to please Srila Prabhupada. Okay? And therefore, somebody writes me, some black devotees wants to, I'll say no, because Prabhupada would say no.